Well, thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz, where the aim of the game is to find the most obscure answer possible. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hello, I'm Kitty. This is my wonderful flatmate, Georgia, and we're from Oxford.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Emma. This is my fabulous husband, Howard, and we're from Knaresborough in North Yorkshire.
Couple number three.
Hello, I'm David, and this is my wonderful wife, Debbie, and we're from Dorset.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Lisa. This is my lovely son, Charlie, and we're from Wolfwood in Berkshire.
And these are today's wonderful contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. A very warm welcome to Lovely Pointless. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce, heading straight for the Mexican border with a head full of dreams and a trunk full of cold, hard facts. Oh, and a pocket full of dolly mixture. It's my pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Hello there.
Hello to you.
We had another thing of adjectives in the introductions there.
I know.
Which, again, you know, once someone said someone's lovely, you have to pass it along. I thought David is the one I felt most sorry for because he managed to get the adjective in, then nearly forgot Deb's name. But, you know what? I don't think anyone would have noticed, David. I think you got away with it. David and Deb, lovely to have you here for the first time. Kitty and Georgia, welcome along as well. Welcome back to our returning pairs. Now, a couple of shows ago, we had nearly 13 grand in the jackpot. And now we've given it away twice in a row, haven't we?
Yeah.
Wonderful stuff last time from Martin and Hannah.
Well, yes, Martin and Hannah won the jackpot last time, which is lovely. So today's jackpot starts off back at £1,000. An altogether more manageable amount of money,
lovely.
I think we can all agree. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. All you have to remember at all times is that it is the pair with the highest score at the end of each round that gets eliminated. So for as long as you can keep your scores nice and low, everything will be great. Best of luck to everybody. Our first category this afternoon is famous mans. Can you all decide in your pairs on that basis who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns people whose surnames end in man. There we are. There we go.
Yes,
Richard,
see.
got it.
Yeah, on each board we're going to show you clues to 7 famous people whose surnames end M-A-N. You just have to find the most obscure one, please. 7 on the way up, 7 on the way back, 14 in all to have a go at home. Good luck.
Thank you very much indeed. So we are looking for the surnames of these people. As the man says, they all end M-A-N. Here's our first board of clues. We've got boxer defeated by Muhammad Ali at the Rumble in the Jungle, G.F. Chemist and astronaut who is the first British citizen to go into space, H.S. Musician who composed the score for the 1993 film The Piano, M.N. MP who was deputy leader of the Labour Party from 2007 to 2015, H.H. New wave musician who had a UK #1 single in 1979 with Cars, G.N. US abolitionist known as the Moses of her people for her work freeing slaves through the Underground Railroad, H.T. And TV presenter who was the mathematics specialist on Countdown from 1982 to 2008, CV. There we are, Georgia. Welcome to Pointless. Great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
Hi, I'm Georgia, and I'm a history student at Oxford.
What year are you in, Georgia?
I'm in a second year.
And what sort of things do you get up to when not studying history?
I play a lot of netball. I'm captain of my college's netball team.
Well done. Good. Keep it up.
Thank you.
We'll get to talk about this, I hope, tons more. What are you going to go for on our board here of mans?
Well, I only know one, so I'm going to go for the US abolitionist, which I think is Harriet Tubman.
Harriet Tubman. Let's see if that is right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Harriet Tubman. It is right. It's a good answer, Georgia. Still going down to 9. Very well done indeed. What a great start to the show.
Yeah, very well played. Yeah, the 2019 film Harriet tells her story as well. Saved an awful lot of people, including our own parents.
Thank you very much indeed. Richard, Howard, welcome back. Good to have you with us once again.
Hi there.
Tell us more about Howard.
My guilty pleasure
Yes.
is definitely a cheesy bit of karaoke.
What is your song of choice, Howard?
I would either go for The Jam's Town Called Malice,
OK.
with a fake Cockney accent, obviously.
Inevitably, yes.
Or Michael Bublé's cover of Moondance.
I'm wondering how The Jam would sound, actually, with a northern accent. And that could work.
I think it could work.
It's worth thinking about, Howard. That's all I'm saying. Next time you're up there at the karaoke on the
gonna give it a
stage,
go.
give it a go. Give
I
it a
will.
whirl.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
definitely.
There we are. What are you going to go for?
I'm going to go with the MP. I'm going to go for Harriet Harman.
Harriet Harman says Howard. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Harriet Harman is right. All Harriet so far. 32 for Harriet Harman.
Yeah, in the 2019 election, 34% of MPs were women. When Harriet Harman first got into Parliament, which was 1982, 3%. 3%.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Deb, welcome to Pointless.
Hello.
Lovely to have you here. Tell us
you.
all about yourself.
Well, I'm retired now, and I used to be a receptionist. I used to work for David, my husband, in a podiatry clinic.
Can I just check? Podiatry or dietary?
Podiatry.
Oh, podiatry.
Yes,
Good. I mean, there's a
feet.
difference.
Yes.
You know, podiatry. I'm wearing a pair of orthotics right now. In fact.
Are you?
Yeah.
Comfortable?
Yeah. Well, do you know, very.
Good.
Very comfortable. I really need them for standing, because I'm up here for, about 18 hours a day.
Really?
I stand,
That's
because
not
these
what
shows
we
take a
heard.
long time to...
I've heard it's 45 minutes, what I heard.
That's
you
what
here-
goes out there, but the work we have to put
Oh,
in...
are you here before and after?
Yeah,
This
of
is live,
course.
right?
This is live. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course it is, yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Deb, what would you like to go for
Well,
on
I think
our...
I know a couple, but the ones I know I think quite easy. I think I'm going to go for the musician and say Gary Newman.
Gary Newman. There we are. Gary Newman had a hit with Cars. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Gary Newman. Newman is right. 32 is our high score, 9 is our low, 51 is where you end up with Gary Newman.
I always say it when he crops up, but Gary Newman is older than Gary Oldman.
There you are.
13 days older.
13 days.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all there is
very
between old and
similar,
new.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you very much indeed. Now then, Charlie, welcome back. Good to have you with us once again. Tell us more about yourself, Charlie.
So living where we do, very close to Ascot Racecourse. So as I've got older, I've got into horse racing quite a lot.
Now, if you live near Ascot, do you slightly curse it when it comes round, or is it just great fun?
We did once upon a time when we lived very close, and you could barely leave the house without coming into traffic on Ascot Week.
You think you're going to be 2
yeah.
hours early until you hit the traffic about a mile away.
Exactly.
What are you going to go for? This is your board. Do you want to fill in all the blanks for us?
Carol Vorderman, I think, is the bottom one. And the top one, I think, is George Foreman. I'm really hoping I've not just got that from the grill. So I'm going to go for George Foreman.
Even if you did get it from the grill, that's still good. George Foreman, let's see if it's right. George Foreman, absolutely right. Goes down to 51. Exactly the same as Deb.
Yeah, became an ordained minister, regained the world heavyweight title at 45, invented the grill, or put his name to the grill, certainly. You were right about Carol Vorderman. She would have scored you 64 points, a big old scorer. The chemist and astronaut
That I can't tell you.
is Helen Sharman.
That I can tell you. I did know that.
You did know. I knew
Yeah.
you knew that. We talked
annoying.
about it before. 16 points for Helen Sharman. And the musician,
Michael Nyman.
Michael Nyman. And he's the best dancer on the board. 3 points. Very well done if you said Michael Nyman.
Thank you very much indeed. We're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. 9, Georgia. 9. Very well done indeed. That's a fabulous score there. Puts you right at the top of the tree. Then we travel up to 32, where we find Howard and Emma, then up to 51, which is a rather nice meeting place at the top of our scoreboard, where we've got Charlie and Lisa and Deb and David. So, yes, let's have some nice low scores from you and see if you can get back into the thick of it. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, shall we put more clues up on the board? 7 of them for people whose surnames end M-A-N. Presenter who became a main co-host of Strictly Come Dancing in 2014, C.W. Author whose novel, Noughts and Crosses, was adapted into a 2020 TV programme, M.B. Journalist who became the presenter of University Challenge in 1994, J.P. British Liberal politician who was Prime Minister from 1905 to 1908, H.C.B. Actor who won his second Best Actor Oscar for his role in Rain Man, D.H. Singer-songwriter who had a UK top 10 single in 1988 with Fast Car, T.C. And British tennis player who reached 4 Wimbledon men's singles semi-finals from 1998 to 2002, T.H. Lisa, welcome back to Pointless.
Thank you.
Tell us more about yourself, Lisa.
I'm a medical secretary for the NHS, work for a GP practice, which is really interesting. I really enjoy that. do a lot of running in my spare time. I get mistaken for a BBC presenter frequently while I'm out and about, which is very, very flattering. I don't necessarily see it myself.
Who's the BBC presenter?
My husband says
Did
Vinnie
you-
Jones, but it's Alex Jones, but yes.
Alex,
Yeah, I see
lovely
that.
Alex Jones. I can see that, yeah. And what do you say to them? Do you say, no, it's
No,
not me.
fabulous.
Fabulous. Lovely, Alex.
No, it's, very flattering. She's
Very flattering.
lovely, so yeah. But
Yeah, fine.
She's
Let's
lovely,
miss it.
Alex Jones,
She
by
actually
the way. So
genuinely
it's,
is.
what a nice woman and a
Yeah.
great presenter.
And a great presenter. Absolutely right. Thank you. Now, Lisa, what are you going to do with this board?
I'm going to go for, I think, the singer-songwriter, and it's Tracy Chapman.
Tracy Chapman,
Yeah.
says Lisa. No red line for you as your joint high scorers. Let's see how far down the column we get with Tracy Chapman. It's right. Not bad. 40. Takes your total up to 91.
Very well played. Yeah, her self-titled album, the first one, is one of the biggest selling albums of all time in
Is
the
it?
UK.
Good.
She's a very chilled human being. She doesn't really put herself out there. It's
No,
court publicity.
no.
I think just probably made a load of money and just enjoys making music now.
Yeah, good for her. Way to do it. Thank you very much, Richard. Now, David, welcome. Oh, let me think. Podiatrist.
That's right. Retired now.
What do you do with your, I mean, obviously, retirement things, but what? Let's explore these.
A bit of badminton, tennis,
Excellent.
a little bit of golf. I'm not as proud as my friends say, but I think I'm underrated. But
That's not what we heard, David. Yeah, just giving you a bit of his own medicine there.
Before the
Bit of-
show, a lot
Yeah,
of people
before the
talking about
show,
David's
yeah.
golf, weren't they? Yeah.
That's not true. We heard you're brilliant. David, listen, you're on 51. If you can score 39 or less, you're into round two.
well, I think I'm going to have to go with Tim Henman,
Tim,
tennis player.
the British tennis player, Tim Henman at the bottom there. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Here comes your red line. Can you get below this? Let's find out. Tim Henman is right. 60 for Tim Henman, takes your total up to 111.
Yeah, that year, the year where he most nearly made the final, the Goran Ivanisevic year, in the quarter-final, people forgot he beat a young Swiss player called Roger Federer.
We love Tim Henman, full stop. Right, now, Emma, welcome back.
Thank you.
Tell us more about yourself, Emma. We've discovered you love dancing.
Yeah, so in my spare time, other than dancing, I like to do various craft things. And at the moment, I'm trying out a bit of knitting. And I'm trying to challenge myself because
Yes.
I'm making some little animals using 4 needles.
Now, that seems like you're trying to sprint immediately. I mean,
Yeah,
surely
yeah.
there are intermediary stages of knitting.
Yeah, and I've decided not to bother with those and just to go straight for 4
For
needles.
animals,
Why not?
4 needles.
Yeah.
How far are you with your animals?
So
Have
far,
you made
I've
one?
made a snake, and I'm now making a lion, which
Whoa,
currently
yeah, a lion.
doesn't quite look like a lion, but it's getting there.
It's as much as you can do, really, isn't it? You know, work with what you've got. Now, 32 is your score at the moment, which means 78 or less gets you through.
I'd like to go for the author of Noughts and Crosses, which is Mallory Blackman.
Mallory Blackman says, Emma, now here is your red line. Let's see if we can get you below that with Mallory Blackman. It's right. Through you go. It's a great answer, down to 10. Takes your total up to 42.
Brilliant Mallory Blackman. She crops up a lot since she...
She does, yeah. No, it's done very well. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Kitty, welcome to Point. It's good to have you here.
you.
Tell us all about yourself.
I study engineering at Oxford with Georgia.
How long had you been at the college before you bumped into each other?
About a week. I think we missed
Right,
some
right.
Precious Week in a pub quiz, actually. So
Pub
this is rather
quiz, see?
fitting.
Great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I don't think we won, though.
You didn't win?
I don't think so.
No.
I'll
Okay.
have to change that.
And what do you like getting up to when the engineering is done?
I also do a lot of sports. I'm the sports rep for college, so organising anything I can.
Right. Excellent. Good. Now, 9 is your score at the moment, which means even if you were to score 100, you'd be through to the next round. But you won't. I know you won't. Talk us through the board.
First one, I don't know. The third one, I think, is Jeremy Paxman. And then, not a clue for the Liberal politician, but Dustin Hoffman, I believe, was the Rain Man actor. So I think I'll go with Dustin Hoffman.
You're going to go with Dustin Hoffman. OK. No red line for you as you're already through, which is nice. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Dustin Hoffman. It's right. And down it goes to 58. Very well done. Takes your total up to 67.
Yep, safely through. You're right about Paxman as well. It's funny we think of Paxman as the new presenter of University Challenge. He's been doing it for 27 years. He would have scored you 47 points.
I did, even with 1994 there on the board. That was a broadside. That was 27 years ago?
It's been on for over 50 years and it's only had 2 presenters.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
There we
going,
go.
isn't
That
it?
is pretty good.
Yeah. Like this show.
Yeah.
We've been going for 80 years and we've only had the 2 presenters.
I know.
Strictly Come Dancing.
Claudia Winkleman.
Claudia Winkleman. She would have scored 44 and everyone was struggling with the Liberal politician.
He's Campbell Bannerman. Henry, sure.
Henry Campbell Bannerman, absolutely. And he would have scored 7 points.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, that brings us to the end of our first round and means we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs. Oh, David and Deb. This is too soon. This is too soon. We'll see you next time. Go off and do some retiring things.
Right.
And then we'll see you on the next show. Look forward to that very much indeed. David and Deb, thank you. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Very well done, everybody. We made it through that round. Great to have you all with us. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 this afternoon is football. Can you all decide on your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many teams that have conceded more goals than they've scored in the Premier League as they could. Richard?
In the history of the Premier League, up to the end of the 2019-2020 season, only 9 teams have got a positive goal difference across the Premier League. We're looking for any of the other teams, please. So any teams who've conceded more goals than they've scored. There's 40-odd names on this list.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, now, Kitty, come on, head of sport. Head of sports. This should be just
I'm
a
wishing I
matter
hadn't
of
said that now.
picking a name out from all those ones that are suggesting themselves.
I'm going to go for Man City.
OK, Manchester City, says Kitty. That's nice. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Man City. Oh.
Oops.
Bad luck. That scores you 100 points. It may well not be the last 100 points of the round.
Yeah, they're very much one of those 9 teams who've scored more goals than they've conceded, Man City. They've scored 466 more goals than they've conceded in the history of the Premier League. Wow.
Wow.
That's quite something.
Wow. That's almost too many.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could share those out. Now, Howard.
I don't follow football at all, so I'm going to guess, and I'm going to go with West Ham.
West Ham, says Howard. Well, listen, let's find out. We might as well. We've got the tower here. West Ham. Is that right? How many people said it if it is? It is right. That goes down to 21. 21 for West Ham.
Yeah, they've had 24 seasons in the Premier League and they've conceded 218 more goals than they've scored.
Thank you very much indeed. Richard, now then, Charlie. This is fun for you, isn't it?
I feel cursed and privileged.
Oh, why do you feel cursed at all? This surely all
pressure
privilege.
here
Oh,
is-
I see. Come on, let's have a pointless answer, Charlie. No, sorry, no, but that's not helpful.
I'm going to go for a proud moment as the team I support, Reading.
Reading.
Yeah.
OK, let's put that to the test. Reading. Reading is right. 100 is our high score, 21 is our low score. You pass the low, it goes down to 5. Look at that, Charlie. Very well done indeed. 5 for Reading.
It's a lovely answer. Well done. Yeah, 3 seasons in the Premier League up to the date of recording. What do you think your overall goal difference was over that period?
Minus 40.
Minus 50.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's,
Not
I mean, it's
bad.
not great.
Something to be proud of.
No, I meant he was very close.
Oh,
he
I see
was
what you
very
mean.
close, yeah.
I
Not
see what
bad
you
as a
mean.
guess.
It was close.
Oh, no,
yeah.
that's terrible. Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. There we are. Thank you very much indeed. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 5, the best score of the past. Well done, Charlie. Charlie and Lisa looking supreme. Then 21 is where we find Howard and Emma. And then I'm afraid 100 is where we find Kitty and Georgia. Georgia, how is your love of football?
Awful.
So when I said, I'm sure that won't be the last 100 in the round, do you think I might have been talking about you?
I think so.
OK, well, listen, let's see. If we can get a nice low score from you, it might help. You never know. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? Lisa, remember, look, there any teams that have conceded more goals than they've scored during their time in the Premier League?
OK, coming from a very strong football household, we've practiced lots of football questions, not that one. I'm either going to offend Richard or my brother, but I'm going to go for Fulham.
Fulham, says Lisa. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Fulham. Here is your red line. It's right and you're through. Very well done. 14, taking your total up to 19. Very well done indeed.
Yeah, not offending me, I promise. It was sitting there begging to be picked, I think, Fulham, wasn't it? 14 seasons up to the season we're counting there. 174 more goals conceded than they've scored. I've seen an awful lot of them.
Thank you, Richard. Now, Emma.
I'm pretty sure this team has been in the Premier League, and I don't think they seem to not do very well a lot of the time. I'm going to go for Leeds.
Leeds, says Emma. Let's find out if Emma's right. Here is your red line. Can you get below this red line with Leeds? Oh! An incorrect answer. Scores you 100 points. Takes your total up to 121. Opens the door a crack for Georgia there.
Yeah, plus 68 goal difference for Leeds in the very early days of the Premier League. And then they weren't in it for ages, so they couldn't concede anything.
There we are.
Now they're back in it, but we're not counting this season.
We're not counting. OK, thank you very much indeed, Richard. Right, Georgia, what about that? Come on, we've got to seize this with both hands. You have to score 20 or less.
I don't know many football teams. I think Everton is in the Premier League.
Everton?
Yeah.
OK, Everton. Let's find out how many of our 100 people said Everton. Let's see if it's right. Here is your red line. Everton. Oh, no, bad luck. Well, it was worth a shot. I'm afraid it's incorrect. Scores 100 points, takes your total up to 200, brings Emma and Howard back into play.
Yeah, and they've been in the Premier League, 27 years, and they've got plus 34 goal difference, so almost won a season. Just over one a season. God, so that's really, really unlucky. Let's take a look at some of the lower scorers. So there's no pointless answers at all here. But I'll take you through low scorers. 7 points for Middlesbrough, QPR, Stoke City. 6 points for Blackpool, Burnley and Portsmouth and Swindon Town. 5 points for Brighton, Coventry, Huddersfield Town and Nottingham Forest. 5 points also for Oldham and Wigan. 4 points for Barnsley, Bradford and Ipswich. 3 for Charlton Athletic and Sheffield Wednesday. 2 for Wimbledon. And the best possible answer, 1 point if you said Sheffield United. Top scorers are Norwich, Villa, then West Ham. The team with the worst record in Premier League history, minus 292 goal difference, Sunderland.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Oh, people in Sunderland watching now. That would have just...
Honestly, they would all give their right arm to be conceding goals in the Premier League right now.
Yeah.
It's been a really tough... I know lots of Sunderland fans. They've had a very tough time of it, but they'll be back. You'll be back.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, that brings us to the end of our second round. Means we have to say goodbye to another pair, Georgia and Kitty. I'm afraid it is you. We'll see you again next time. Football probably won't come up next time, just by law of averages. So, yeah, maybe you dodged it by doing it this time round. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Look forward to that. Thank you, Georgia and Kitty. But for the remaining 2 pairs, it is now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Lisa and Charlie, Emma and Howard. You are now 1 step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £1,000. But before we play the head-to-head, let's see if we can't chuck some more money into that jackpot by finding a couple of pointless answers. Here goes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many rulers of ancient Egypt as they could. Richard?
Yeah, 6 names. As always, 2 pointless answers up there, but 2 incorrect answers as well. So Pharaoh or unpharaoh.
Oh, nice.
Thanks.
Very good.
Just thought of it.
Right, OK, let's reveal our 6 potential rulers of ancient Egypt. And here they come. We've got Djoser, Shepseskari, Nagrig, Voslu, Teti, and Arses. There we go. If anyone has any wisdom, please don't keep it in.
Do you know anything?
Arnold Vosloo played the mummy in the mummy
there you go.
films.
Okay,
good.
So that's a
I think
red herring.
I think
Shepseskari is
Teti
right, but I don't think it's going to be pointless.
I think Teti's ringing a bell, but I don't know why.
Joe's definitely have heard of that, I'm sure. You see, is that bottom one like a double bluff?
That's
should
what
go
I'm
for Teti
thinking.
and Arses, shall we?
OK, Lisa and Charlie, what are we thinking?
I think we should go for RCs personally.
Arses, say
Yeah.
Lisa and Charlie. Let's find out. Is Arses a pointless ancient Egyptian ruler? It's right. That's a pointless answer. Very well done. I always knew at bottom you knew about your Egyptian rulers. Now, Emma and Howard.
OK. Shep sounds really familiar, but I wonder if that's a bit of a
Yeah.
red herring.
You said this top one sounded
The
familiar.
top one sounds familiar as well, but I'm not quite sure why.
Let's go for that.
Josa, Silent D?
Josa.
Let's give it a go.
OK, listen, we've had RCs. Let's see if Josa is also going to be a pointless Egyptian ruler. Josa. Josa's right. Well done. You both avoided the incorrect answers. Oh, it goes into one. Oh, no, what a shame. Anyway, well, never mind. That's pretty
So
good.
close.
Yeah, it was pretty good, wasn't it? Yeah, it's 1 point across 2 answers. Very nicely done. We worked out that Vosloo is a red herring, an actor from The Mummy. Teddy, the scores are points. Now, of these other two, one of these is a pointless answer, one of these is incorrect. What do you think?
Well, you say you've heard of Shep Seskari.
I think I've heard of that in the back of the depths of my
Shall we?
mind.
I'm gonna just mine Lisa's knowledge there.
Let's take a look. Is that the other pointless answer?
It's going to be an anagram of
It
Shakespeare.
is the other pointless answer. Well done. Nagrig is another football question. It's birthplace of Mo Salah, the Egyptian king.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. And well done, you managed to find a pointless answer, which means you have added £250 to today's jackpot, and it now stands at £1,250. Well, there we are. Who'll be playing for it, though? Let's find out in a head-to-head. First pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. You're now allowed to confer before you give your answers. Best of luck to both pairs. Here comes the first question. It's all about rabbits and hares. Richard.
Yeah, going to show you 5 pictures now of different rabbit or hare species and alternate letters of their names, but what are they, please?
Wow.
Wow.
I didn't know I knew more than just rabbit and hare.
Yes, me either, so it'll be interesting to
There we
see,
go.
won't it?
Very-
Interesting to see what we do/don't know.
Yeah. OK, well, let's find out together. Here come the 5 rabbits and hares species. A, A-C-I-H-R.
Oh.
B, P-G-Y-R-B-I. C, S-O-S-O-H-R. D, V-L-A-O-R-B-I.
It's a cute one.
Yeah. And E, M-U-T-I-H-R. There we are. Lisa and Charlie, you're our low scorers, so you get to go first. Feel free to confer.
OK, can you go for D, volcano rabbit?
Volcano rabbit. Oh, it looks dormant for now, but yes, OK, volcano rabbit. Now, Emma and Howard, do you want to talk us through that board?
We think A is Arctic hare, B, maybe pygmy rabbits, and E we think is mountain hare. Not sure on C.
Let's go E.
Because you...
Mountain hare.
OK, E, mountain hare. So we've got volcano rabbit and mountain hare. Lisa and Charlie, volcano rabbit. That sounds brilliant. Let's see if that's right. D, volcano rabbit. It is a volcano rabbit. Oh, it's a great answer. That goes down to 2. Well done, you. 2 for volcano rabbit. Emma and Howard, meanwhile, have gone for mountain hare for E. Let's see how many of our 100 people said. I just can't get over it. It's got eyes like a puffin.
Little bit.
Eyes like a puffin. I like its eyebrows there. Mountain hare, say Emma and Howard. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Mountain hare it is. Is it going to go down to 2, though? Is it? Oh, 22. 22 for mountain hare. Well done, Lisa and Charlie. Richly deserved. After 1 question, you're up 1-0.
Yeah, that's very well worked out. I didn't see volcano there at all, did you?
No.
Yeah, a volcano rabbit is what happens when a mountain hare erupts, essentially. They live on the upper slopes of volcanoes just south of Mexico City.
Oh, really?
Volcano rabbits, yeah. Now, point right about Arctic hare. That would have scored you 46. Quite right as well, of course, about pygmy rabbit, which would have scored 51. So we have the small matter of filling in these. Now, it's a hare.
Listen,
Yeah, it's a hare.
We
That
all
we-
know
yeah,
that.
we know that.
We're accepting that.
Is it someone's name?
No, it's not. It is actually a word, and it's not a repeated word.
Right.
It's a pointless answer, obviously. What if I can give you a clue?
Yeah.
Normally you think maybe this is 2 words or a hyphenated word, but I think it's probably 1 word. It's something you might wear. It's
Shoe. Shoe.
something you might wear in a very cold place.
Snowshoe.
Yes,
Snowshoe hair.
absolutely. Snowshoe hair. It's a
Snowshoe
pointless
hair.
answer. That's cute, isn't it?
Wow.
Snowshoe.
Oh, yeah.
If you work that out at home just from those letters, very, very well played.
There we are.
There we go.
There we go. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, here comes your second question. Emma and Howard, you have to win this one to stay in the game. Best of luck. Our second question is all about spoons. Richard.
Yeah, 5 clues now to facts to do with spoons.
Nice.
Finally.
Excellent. OK,
Been a
here
long
we go.
time coming.
5 spoon facts. Here they come. An imaginary prize said to be awarded to the person who's last in a race or other competition. Israeli illusionist born in 1946, known for bending spoons on television. In Edward Lear's poem, the owl and the pussycat dined on mince and slices of quince using this type of spoon. People born into wealthy families are said to have been born with a spoon made of this metal in their mouth, and 2-word colloquial term for a cheap, run-down cafe or restaurant serving fried foods. There we are. Emma and Howard will go first.
Should we go for the third one?
Yeah, if you're confident, let's go the third one.
I think it's Runcible spoon.
Runcible spoon, say Emma and Howard. Lisa and Charlie, can you talk us through that board?
Yeah, I don't know the top one. The second one's Uri Geller, I think.
Yeah.
The fourth one is Silver Spoon.
Yeah.
And then Greasy Spoon's the bottom one.
Uri Geller.
Yeah, I think Uri
Yeah,
Geller.
that's
Uri Geller,
Yeah.
say Lisa and Charlie. Well, in the order they were given, we've got Runcible Spoon from Emma and Howard for the Owl and the Pussycat. How many people said Runcible Spoon? Is right. That was a great answer to give. 20 is what it scores you, Emma and Howard. Well done. Lisa and Charlie, meanwhile, have gone for Uri Geller, for the Israeli illusionist. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Uri Geller. Uri Geller's right. That goes down to 54. Well done, Emma and Howard. Back in the game. After 2 questions, it's 1-1.
Let's fill the rest of these in, shall we? No, you do know the top one, I guarantee you.
Is it silver?
Wooden spoon.
Wooden. Oh.
Getting the wooden spoon would have scored 45 points, so 100 also had trouble with that one. People born into wealthy families.
Silver.
Silver spoon, as you said, would have scored 73, and you're quite right about greasy spoon. And that would have scored 52.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, it comes down to a third question, as I knew it would. Players of this calibre. Whoever wins this one goes through to the final place for that jackpot. This is your third and final shot at the final, in fact, isn't it? So best of luck. Our third question this afternoon is all about the letters of Agatha Christie. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you the titles now of 5 Agatha Christie novels, but we're only going to show you certain letters. And they are the letters which are in the name Agatha Christie.
Brilliant, brilliant. Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal the 5 clues. Here they come. We have got R-E-R, the, R-I-E-T-E-R-E-S-S. C-R-T-A-I, E-A-T-H, the, I-E, H-E-R-C-E-I-R-T-S-C-H-R-I-S-T-A-S. And T-H-E-I-T-H-E-I-R-A-R. OK, so Lisa and Charlie, you will go first.
OK. I know 3 of them. I think we'll go for Death on the Nile.
Death on the Nile, say Lisa and Charlie. Right, Emma and Howard, talk us through the board.
So the top one is Murder on the Orient Express. Second one you think is
We're not sure, but we think it might be Curtain.
Hercule Poirot's Christmas. But we're going to go for the bottom one, which we think is The Body in the Library.
The Body in the Library. So we've got Death on the Nile and The Body in the Library. Lisa and Charlie have gone for Death on the Nile. Let's see how many of our 100 people got that. It is right. Death on the Nile goes down to 32. Meanwhile, Emma and Howard have gone for The Body in the Library. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 got that. It is right. And it wins you the point. Very well done. Oh, it's a pointless answer. What about that? There we are. Being a pointless answer, of course, it adds £250 to today's jackpot, takes the total up to £1,500, scores you nothing, wins you the point, gets you into the final, because after 3 questions, Emma and Howard, you are through to the final 2-1.
Very well played. Yeah, I'm shocked that that was a pointless answer. One of my absolute favourite Agatha Christie's. Miss Marple case. Very well done if you said that at home. The last one I worked out was the top one.
Really?
Yeah, for some reason I couldn't make head and tail of the things. But yes, of course, it's the Murder on the Orient Express. And that would have scored you 18. Curtain, you're quite right. Curtain, Poirot's Last Case is the subtitle of that, 23. And Hercule Poirot's Christmas. We've actually given you all of that. And that would have scored 26. Very well done at home if you said The Body in the Library.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard, which means the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, Lisa and Charlie. We will see you again next time for your third and final attempt at a trophy. But you've been brilliant this time. I have no doubt you'll do just as well next time. I hope so. Anyway, thank you so much, Lisa and Charlie. For Emma and Howard, though, it's now time for the Pointless Final. Congratulations, Emma and Howard. You fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £1,500. Well, there it is. All you now have to do is win it. What do you want to see come up in this last round?
Oh, Star Trek. That would be the dream. Anything to do with the jam would be amazing.
For me, anything books related.
OK, well, best of luck. Let's see what we've got for you. 4 choices, as ever. Let's hope there's something there you like the look of. Today we've got Friends, Romans and Countrymen, 1990s music genre, literary honours and Harrison Ford thrillers. What do we think?
OK.
I would rule out literary honours because I never know who's won anything.
I'm thinking either Harrison Ford thrillers or 90s music. Might be all about the Spice Girls.
I think maybe the films.
OK, should we go films?
Yeah.
So Harrison Ford thrillers, please.
OK, Harrison Ford thrillers it is.
OK, very best of luck. We're looking for anyone credited, according to IMDb, with appearing in any of the following Harrison Ford films, please. So anyone credited with appearing in Patriot Games, in The Fugitive, or Air Force One. Very, very best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, as always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
Yes.
Good. Let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
OK, so Patriot Games, James Earl Jones. I'm struggling to remember everybody else that's in that. Air Force One, I'm sure the baddie in that is Gary Oldman, but everybody will know Gary Oldman, I would think. Who else is in Air Force One? Struggling to remember. The Fugitive is Tommy Lee
Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones. He's the detective that chases Harrison Ford as the fugitive.
OK, so we've got 3 probably right answers there.
Yeah, but they're all going to be big scorers.
Who would be your...
OK, Air Force One. So many people in that film, but I'm struggling to remember anybody in it.
Who was around in films around 97 that might have been in it?
Oh, it's tricky. Patriot Games, his wife is played by... no, not Gwyneth Paltrow. No, can't remember.
10 seconds left.
10 seconds to go. OK. I think we're struggling here. I think I'm going to have to go with obvious answers. But I think so. We'll have to go with the obvious answers, I think.
OK, that, I'm afraid, is your time up. I'm so sorry. That minute just flies by, doesn't it?
It does.
What can you give me?
OK, so should we go Air Force One, Gary Oldman?
Gary Oldman.
The Fugitive will have to be Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones.
And Patriot Games, James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones. Of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer, do you think?
Gary Oldman, perhaps?
Gary Oldman we'll put last. Least likely to be pointless?
Probably Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones and then James Earl Jones we put in the middle. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order, and here they are. We've got Tommy Lee Jones, James Earl Jones and Gary Oldman. Well, £1,500 is up for grabs. If one of these turns out, you just never know, might turn out to be pointless, what would you like to do with £1,500? Emma, I'm going to ask you first.
We are saving up for a new kitchen, so it would go towards that.
Very nice indeed. Howard?
Particularly enjoy wood whittling in hard sort of South American. We'd like a new kitchen, please.
OK, new kitchen it is. Tommy Lee Jones, your first answer. In this case, we're looking for the cast of The Fugitive. Let's find out how many of our 100 people said Tommy Lee Jones for £1,500. Is he pointless? Tommy Lee Jones is absolutely right. He just has to go all the way down to 0 and you will win £1,500. Down we go with Tommy Lee Jones through the 20s. Oh, no, not into the teens. 20 for Tommy Lee Jones. Not bad.
That's not bad.
Not bad. So let's turn to your next answer, James Earl Jones. We're now looking for the cast of Patriot Games. Let's see if James Earl Jones is right. Let's see how many people said him. James Earl Jones. Absolutely right. Again, it just has to be pointless for you to win £1,500. Down we go with James Earl Jones through the 20s, into the teens, into single figures, still going down with James Earl Jones. Shall we? One of our 100 people said James Earl Jones. That's very exciting indeed. Not pointless, though. So let's move on to your third and final answer, Gary Oldman. Well, if you've ordered these correctly, Gary Oldman should be, at the very most, one, possibly pointless. £1,500 could be riding on it. We're looking for the cast of Air Force One. Let's see how many people said Gary Oldman. Again, it's right. 3 correct answers. We went all the way down to 20 with Tommy Lee Jones. Then James Earl Jones took us down to 1. Gary Oldman now takes us down to single figures. Still going down with Gary Oldman. Oh, to 5. Oh, bad luck.
That's not bad.
Well, not bad at all. 3 great answers, and James Earl Jones took us right to the brink of pointless there, but I'm afraid you didn't manage to find the all-important pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot. That'll therefore roll over, but it's been great having you on the show, and don't forget, you get to take home a pointless trophy each, so well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, and congratulations on getting through to the final on your 3rd show as well, which is a nice way to do it.
Thank you.
There'll be names you know on this list, I'm certain of that. We'll start with Patriot Games. Lots of great British actors in this. Alan Armstrong is in it, David Threlfall, James Fox, Richard Harris, everybody pointless in that film apart from Sean Bean, Anne Archer, James Earl Jones, Samuel L. Jackson and Thora Birch. Everyone else a pointless answer. The Fugitive now. Andreas Katsoulas, who's from Babylon 5, amongst many other things. Jane Lynch, perhaps most famous for Glee these days. Jerome Crabber and Joe Pantoliano. Everyone pointless there apart from Tommy Lee Jones, Julianne Moore and Cella Ward. And finally, Air Force One. Jürgen Prochnow, Wendy Crewson, William H. Macy is in that movie, Xander Barkley as well. Everyone pointless apart from Gary Oldman and Glenn Close. Very well done if you've got any of those at home.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard, and thank you, Emma and Howard. I'm sorry you didn't win the jackpot today. It'll have to roll over, therefore, onto the next show, when we will be playing for £2,500. Join us then, see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.